Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Hope you guys are staying safe. Today I'm going to whip up some curry cow foot with butter bean. Um, curry cow foot takes a long time to cook depending on how tough the meat is. You can also pressure it. However, I don't like to pressure my meat, so this will probably take me 2.5 to 3 hours. You want to make sure you wash your meat really good. You can use lemon or lime or vinegar, whatever you have. Just make sure you wash it real good. Scrape off anything that's left on the meat with a knife. You just want to make sure it's nice and clean. Wash it several times. Make sure you remove all excess water and pat your meat dry before seasoning. And also make sure you wash your sink out properly with bleach and wash your hands before you touch anything. Use gloves to season the meat because it's curry, so you don't want to get curry all in your finger. All right, I'm going to be using onions, scallion, our favorite, Scotch bonnet pepper. You don't have to slice the pepper up. If you do, make sure you don't get the seed in your food because the seed is very hot. Fresh garlic, thyme, my butter beans. I'm going to be using Grace butter beans. Make sure you drain the beans before you use it. Jamaican choice curry powder, allspice seasoning, which is also called pimento seed. I crush it before I put it in my food because it's annoying when I'm eating and it's in, these little black things are all in my food. So I crush it up to season the meat. The Maggie All-purpose, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, seasoning salt, and I don't use salt to season the meat because a lot of these seasoning are very salty. So at the end, when I taste the meat, I just add salt if needed. I will put the amount of each seasoning that I use in the description box. Hope you guys enjoy my cooking. Stay tuned. So I've washed my meat very well and seasoned it with all the dry seasoning along with some fresh thyme and my pimento seed that I crushed up. So make sure you wear gloves because you don't want to get the curry into your nails. And just don't be shy. Rub the dry seasoning into the meat. Wow, this smells so good. And it's not even cooking. I wish you guys could smell it. So far I have 2 tablespoons of curry powder in here. And I'm going to add some curry to the pot. You'll see that set just before I get the meat on its way to cooking. So this looks good. Just enough curry. And I'm going to let it sit for... It's good to have your meat marinated overnight, but sometimes you can't do that. You don't think about what you're going to cook the next day. So sometimes you just don't have the time to marinate meat overnight. So I'm going to have it sit for 30 minutes to an hour. Alright? Okay, looking good so far. Okay guys, so I have my cow foot been marinating for 30 minutes. Now I'm going to burn the curry. Guys, it's very important when you're cooking curry meat, you always have to make sure you cook the curry first before you add the meat. Common term is burn the curry, but you're not going to really burn the curry because if you burn the curry up, it's going to make the meat bitter. So here I'm adding half a tablespoon to two tablespoons of oil, and I'm just going to whisk it around and let the curry cook a little bit, just like that. Make sure your stove is on low, not too high, because you don't want to literally burn the curry up. Okay. Now I'm going to add into the curry, just like that. And you just let it sit in there. Gonna let it sit in there. Cover it for like 20 minutes. Let it sit. Okay? Alright, so you just keep checking on your meat. Make sure it's not burning. Okay, you just keep stirring it up. I tell you, this smells so good, guys. And make sure your stove is on medium low at this point, because you don't want to burn it. Because if you literally burn the curry up, your meat is going to have a bitter taste to it. So cover and let it sit for another 10 minutes before you add liquor. So guys, I have here my onions, my fresh garlic and scallion. I'm going to put this into the same pan that I seasoned the meat in. I have here 6 cups of cold water. Basically, you want to have enough water to cover the meat. Basically, stir it around. Don't be shy, because remember, your dry seasoning is still sitting in here. The leftover is all sticked up in here, so just spin it around, and then you're going to add it to your meat. If you need more water, I'm going to add that all in here. And just make sure you have enough water to cover the meat. That's the goal. That looks so good. I'm just going to cook this on medium heat for, this probably take 2.5 to 3 hours. We'll keep checking in between. Okay, and also, like I said, the pepper, you can put the whole pepper in it without cutting it to just give it flavor. What I did, I cut up a few little pieces while I was marinating the meat, so that's in there. So I'm not going to put this in there, because boy, if I put this in there, hubby won't be able to eat it because it'll be super hot. So I'm just going to let this sit and cook on medium heat for a couple hours. I'll check on it. Okay. Alright, see you then. Alright guys, the cow foot has been cooking for an hour, and as you can see, the water is going down. It's still not tender, so from here on out you need to add water, but make sure you add hot water, because you don't want to slow the cooking process down. So this is 2 cups of water. I'm just going to make sure I add enough. Some of the meat is falling off the bone. I mean, you know, cow foot is a lot of bone, really. All right, so I add 2 more cups of water, and the stove is on medium heat, and I'm going to cover it and let it cook for another hour. All right, guys, it's been exactly 2 hours since the cow foot has been cooking. So we're just going to give it a little stir, make sure it's not sticking. Smells so good. And basically you're just going to take a fork and stick into the meat, and if it goes through, that means it's cooked. See? It's actually falling off. So now it's time to dress it up. You can taste it. See if you need to add any salt. Because remember, I didn't add salt to it because of the seasoning. It's good. Just going to add a little more water. This is 2 cups of hot water, because you always have to make sure you add hot water to it, because you don't want to slow down the cooking process. See, you can see the cooking hasn't stopped. It's still bubbling in there. Now I'm going to add my butter beans. I drained the beans, drained the water off the beans. See, it's still bubbling in there. So the cooking hasn't stopped. Add your butter beans. I love a lot of butter beans, so I'm adding two cans. And just keep adding your beans. Remember to drain the water out of that can. It's dressing up time, so you could have some fresh thyme. If you have red bell peppers, you can add half of it. So this is just a few peppers I cut up. Yellow and orange, not too much. And can add a little garlic powder. Okay. And I'm just going to let this simmer for another 10 minutes. And it'll be nice already. You can add butter to this if you want, but this stuff is already fatty, so I don't see the sense to add any more oil to it. So if you want to add butter to yours, a little piece of butter, margarine, whatever, you can do that, but there's no need for me to add that. Okay, so I'm going to let it simmer on low for 10 minutes to thicken up the gravy. Alright guys, it's ready. It's all finished. It's been exactly 2.5 hours. See, the gravy is nice and thick. And you can eat this with dumplings or white rice, whatever you choose, rice and peas, you name it. Nice thick gravy. Alrighty, thank you for tuning in. One love. Curry cow foot with butter bean. So delicious, yummy. All for my hubby. One love. Thank you guys for watching. Be kind to others. One love.